Welcome. In front of me is an iPhone 14 Plus, and today I will show you a couple of tweaks and tricks you can do on this phone. So let's get started with some of the ones that are, I believe, new to just iOS in general. So that would be editing your widgets. So let's select the device, single press the display, and you will have your lock screen. Just the typical stuff. But when you hold it, hello? Seriously, I need to unlock it? Well, that kind of defeats the purpose of this. Not exactly sure how to access it if you have a pin. Let's see. So I'm gonna go into maybe notifications. Is it gonna be here? No. Okay, I'm gonna do it the easy way, just completely remove the freaking password that just breaks this feature for some reason. And where is it? Turn passcode off. Hasta la vista. There we go. Do we have a passcode? No, we don't. So now I can actually access these settings. So when you hold it, it gives you this little option right here, customize. You can also create your own. So let's start off by selecting customize. This will then display the two widgets that are already added, which is just the day of the week and month and whatever. And then below that you have also your time. Additionally, if you realize in terms of time, it kind of cuts into the wallpaper. You can turn that off if you don't want to. I believe it's done right here, depth effect, so you can prevent it from happening. I do kind of like it, so I'm going to keep it like this. But additionally, you have the option to add widgets right here. So you can add a bunch of different widgets from here. For instance, we can add stocks right here, boom. So we have down, S&P and Apple. You can see how high it is. You can also add battery if you want to. We have two different versions of it. 69%, very nice. There we go. Let's close this, and there we go. Let's select done. Guess whatever. There we go. And as you can see, now we have our two new widgets that I have added. So stock market and our battery indicator. And I believe this is also possibly storage. Although I might be wrong. Yeah, no, I don't think it's a storage. So yeah, there we go. Now another thing you can do is let's lock the device back up. Hold it once more. And we will now switch to another page. Select plus. And here you'll find a bunch of pre-made ones. So we have just different themes. I do believe there is also a way to theme your icons and stuff like that. Though I haven't looked too deep into it, and at the very first glance I wasn't able to find it. Supposedly if you select one of them, it hopefully would change it. Let's see if I pick something, if it's going to do anything. Whatever. Select that, I guess. Yeah, so this one doesn't really change the icons. I know that there is a way to change how the icons actually look like. Though, like I said, I haven't figured out how to do it. So, sorry for that, to be honest. But anyway, let's move over to the next option, which is multiple icons moving. So if you have a bunch of your apps visible on some of the screens, maybe you want to customize them or just change how they're positioned to have a different page for like different categories, whatever the case may be. There is a really easy way to just move applications in bulk. So let's just start off by entering the little wiggle mode. You want to grab one to the point that you can move it, and then just tap on any kind of app that you want to from there and move. As you can see, it tells you the number of apps you're right now holding under your finger. From there you can move it over. Oops, maybe not here. Come on, there we go. Drop it, and it will move all the apps that were under your finger pretty easily. Now another thing that you can do on the home screen is long press icons, which you probably already know, for more information. So as an example, you can hold your messages, and it gives you two options. No, never mind. Oh wait, no, we have the new message, and you can also edit how it appears here. So not very many options here. Here we have a little bit more for our browser, so we can edit or open up a new tab, a new private tab, show bookmarks, and so on. So you can quickly do things from your home screen. For instance, a neat option would be with camera. So you can just hold it, and from there it gives you all the options that are in the camera. So you can take a selfie, record a video, take a portrait photo or portrait selfie. And when you basically press on it, it automatically launches the said camera, as you can see. So pretty, I would assume, a quicker way of accessing your specific camera whenever you need it on the go. So it automatically will load the camera that you actually want. Now anyway, moving on and sticking still with the camera options, we're gonna move over to the raw photos. Now this will probably work a little bit better for the Pro version of the device that has the improved camera. This one, it's a Plus, only has a 12 megapixel. So you'd go into the settings, and under the camera, let's find that. There we go, camera. You'll have a bunch of settings right here. Now, you should have somewhere a raw options. Unless, because the lens right here is just 12, it won't give me them. Let's see. It looks like it won't give me the settings for the camera, just because here we only utilizing 12 megapixel sensor. On the improved version of the Pro, I believe you have a 64 megapixel, and in the settings right here for the camera, you will actually find a settings for raw photos, which will allow you to capture photos in raw format at a full 64 megapixels instead of the 12 that is set by default. Now keep in mind that the file format of that, when you change it, will significantly increase, just because you will be capturing a resolution of the photo at much high resolution, and that will also carry along all the data that that photo will have in it, just because raw photos tend to have way more information in them. So it's a good way to capture your photos for later on editing, because those photos, like I said, have way more information in that. So it allows you to, for instance, get more data from shadows that normally would not be visible. And when capturing a normal photo in those shadows, there would be nothing even when you brighten it up. With a raw photo, you will still recover whatever was in there. Anyway, and here you can also edit the video format, so record video. It's set to 1080p 30. We can change it. I believe we can also quickly change it in, come on, there we go, in our camera application by, where is it? Video, yep, there we go. So you have HD 4K, HD 60, 30, so you can quickly change it right here if you want to. Now, another thing that I wanted to show right here in the camera is the little guy right here. This is visible for videos. So you have this little running guy. You can tap on it and it enables action mode. Now, if you're not sure what action mode is, it's basically, I think the best way to compare to something would be a GoPro. So it will stabilize the video much better when you're running, for instance, and doing some stuff, and it just, well, does what a mode kind of suggests. It allows you to capture videos at a fast pace, for instance, running, without really messing it up too much, for instance, like smearing and stuff like that, and trying to stabilize it as much as it can. Now, still, if you have a GoPro, that probably will be better. Also, GoPro will obviously record at ultra wide, while here we do have set to ultra wide, but as you can probably see, this is not necessarily the super wide angle that you'd see on an actual GoPro. And when you switch to just one, as you can see, it zooms in quite severely here. But still, any mode to try to use when you're trying to maybe capture some more dynamic footage. Now, moving on, I'm gonna move over to always on display. So by default, I think it's enabled. So you'd normally get the always on display. It might be turned off right now, I don't remember. It looks like it's off right here. But like I said, by default, always on display will be enabled. Now, you can also access it by tapping on the display when it's enabled, assuming. There we go. So let's just first turn it on. So probably in display and brightness. Not. The Google, or not Google, the Apple search of features in the settings is absolutely effing abysmal. So it looks like I might not be even able to locate this setting, because why would a phone with a search bar would be able to search for things in the settings? Jesus. Why do you people buy this phone? And honestly, I didn't add the location of this anywhere, so it's right now a little bit more annoying to find it. Yeah, you know what, I'm gonna move over to the next one. So screw the always on display. There is a setting somewhere, but honestly I can't be effed with to search for it when Apple does a absolutely abhorrent job at allowing you to find it, because why would you be able to? So let's see if there is anything else that I didn't go over. There is one more thing that I wanted to show, actually. So this will allow you to move over different images and text. Now, I will be honest, this works better on tablets, so like iPads. So let's first open up a browser, load some image. Now I'm gonna just search for wallpaper, the easiest way to find some kind of, pictures. And before I do anything, I'm gonna also open up message, create a new one. So let's just assume I'm gonna be typing to someone, boom. And let's scooch over back to here. Here's a little picture. Let's just assume that I'm gonna get this one. I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna switch over and it just dropped. Come on. Supposed to be grabbing, not like this though. I should be able to copy it, but that's normal. Did they remove this? Come on. So normally you should be able to move it. It works on iPads that way, where you can just grab it and then switch over to another page and just drop it. But for some stupid reason, this doesn't seem to work anymore. Will this work? This works. So that's kind of what we're looking for. As you can see, just dropped it. But as you just seen, it didn't really want to work with the picture. I'm not exactly sure. I'm gonna try one more thing, opening it up actually in whatever the page is. Okay, I think that will work. So it was just a fault of Google search. So as you can see, there we go. It works, and I can now send it if I want to, though I don't have anybody to send it to, because the message was, or the recipient was non-existent. So that's one thing. And going into additional things associated with photos and just this kind of general usage, there is two things that I want to show. So let me just quickly first find something. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna capture a screenshot right here as an example for this. So I'll just screenshot, there it is. And then tap on it. And from here, as you can see, you have this button. This allows you to find all the text in the screenshot. It also works for photos, obviously, so just so you can see this, let's just, there we go, good enough. So I have tempered glass right here, and I'm gonna open up camera. Capture a picture, eat that out of the way, go back to the picture, and in here you can see there's a button again. When you tap on it, obviously you can see that it selects all the text that is visible on that picture, and from here you can quickly just select it, like all the text. There we go, you can copy it, paste it, whatever you want. Now the amazing part is this is a photo, so the phone detects text and will kind of converts it into an actual text from the photo, which you can then copy and paste whatever you want. It's a really handy feature, especially when it comes down to documents, and I highly recommend utilizing it. And another thing that I wanted to show is the option to remove things, basically edit your photos on the fly, which, let's see, I'm gonna grab something like this. See, I'm gonna capture a photo of like the part keyboard and just this little 3D printed bottle opener. So give me a moment. There we go, good enough. The quality of the photo doesn't really matter right here. It's just the hello, come on, focus. It's just more the functionality of it. So right here. And what we can do now is, where was it? Is it an edit? No, not like that. Is it because this is a live photo? I did experience with this once, though I don't really remember how I did this. So I am right now kind of lost in how I did this. Before, I think I just held the little item right here, and it did allow me to basically just crop it easily, but for some reason it's not allowing me to do it right now because it's a live freaking photo, and it gives me problems because of it. Can I turn off live? There we go, F off. Let's try it again. I'm pretty sure I just did it again. Yep. Come on. I turned it off for a reason. Nope. Yep, I'm completely confused where that was, which is a little bit of a bummer because it was actually a really nice feature. I kind of feel stupid. I tried to show you something actually really nice, but for some stupid reason I can't seem to figure it out how I achieved this before. From what I remember, because I did write the list of different tricks before, it literally I would open up photos and select or you can see it right here even. So, see if I can do it on here. Yeah, it works here. Not exactly sure why I can do it there. So, as you can see, for this photo, it works without a problem. It's also not... Oh wait, it is a live photo, so not exactly sure what seems to be the problem. Maybe just cannot detect that this is somehow separate. I don't know. But as you can see, when you select something, it does this kind of like lifts it up and just shows you the selection. And from you can copy it or share it, which just crops this entire thing. Which, just to put that in perspective, it will look like this. So you can see it just completely removes it from the photo. Let's see if I can do it with anything else on the photo here. Nope. It even allows me to select the text right there. So it looks like the object needs to take some part of the photo, a bigger part, for you to be able to select it. If it's too small, as you can see with these things, it just won't let me. Maybe if I zoom it. Nope, does the same thing. So with that in mind, I'm gonna now check this once more, this little clarity right here. So let's go back into the camera, and I'm gonna take the picture of this entire plant. I'm pretty sure this is big enough for this to function. So let's see. There's my little plant. Can you just like flip? Apparently not, whatever. And yeah, as you can see, you can select it. You can select copy. You can also share it. And we can, by sharing, you can just save it separately right here as a separate image. So now we should have, let me just go back to photos. There we go. You have just the plant. Now it doesn't do the greatest job all the time with separating image from the photo. So as you can see, oh right, it's this way. So here we go. So it does have, for instance, a little bit of weirdness right here, as you can see. But still, for something that just allows you to, well, hold it literally like this, and it just separates it without much of a problem, this is a fantastic feature. It's probably one of the coolest ones here so far that I have found. So yeah, now as you just seen when I started trying to show you this, it has a little bit of a problems where it won't detect small objects. So if an object is just like you've seen before, something like a keycap right there, even, wait, where was it? So yeah, keycaps it wouldn't select. They were too small, so apparently it couldn't define them for some reason. So it's not necessarily the most perfect thing to edit or crop things, but it still works pretty nicely. And especially when it comes down to bigger subjects, you can crop yourself, for instance, out of a photo and paste yourself whatever you want and have basically a little pasteable yourself from a photo, which is just kind of fun. Now to show that a little bit further, I did have some photos right here I can showcase this with. So let's see. So let's see if this works. You can share. Now it is a white background, but if we do this, hopefully, see how well it did. Now that is clean. Obviously you can see it's not perfect, but still, when it's just zoomed out, damn, you cannot really tell that it is like cropped. Maybe a little bit around here. But as you obviously see, it does pretty remarkable job with very little editing skills required. So I recommend utilizing that. Now anyway, with this being said, and a couple hiccups being also displayed here, this will conclude all the tweaks, tricks that I want to show you. And if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.